Families looking to buy a home in Albuquerque, I'm going to tell you exactly where to look. My name is Mitchell. I'm your Albuquerque real estate expert. I'm your Albuquerque Realtor. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Albuquerque, whether you're moving to Albuquerque or you're moving within, reach out to the phone number 505-401-9001. Call or text. Let's find you your perfect home in Albuquerque. So before I dive into exactly which neighborhoods you should be looking into, quick warning for mistakes that I've seen families make when trying to buy a home in Albuquerque. People tend to forget is that you can buy a home, you can change a home, but there's certain things you can't change. You cannot change the location, you cannot change the size, cannot change your commute, and you cannot change your school districts. Keep these in mind as I go through the neighborhoods, find out which neighborhood works best for you. First neighborhood I'd recommend looking into is the Northeast Heights. Now the Northeast Heights has lots of different options as far as home size, schools, price points, but overall, you have lots of good options. You have 3 of the top of the higher rated schools in the Northeast Heights. You have La Cueva, Sandia, and El Dorado, all in the Northeast. You also have established neighborhoods. You're closer to a lot of amenities, schools, restaurants, more of probably the popular job opportunities that we have in Albuquerque, that being the hospitals, Sandia Labs, and the Air Force Base. You're a little bit closer. You also have great mountain views and you're right next to the mountains, so it's very easy to go take the family outside, go for a hike, be really close to nature. You also have great neighborhoods with parks, playgrounds, and lots of fun things to do for you and the family. So whether you have little kids or more like teenagers in high school, the Northeast Heights is a great area for families of all different age ranges, sizes, and even price points. So don't think you have to be top dollar to get into the Northeast Heights. You can get into the Northeast Heights with a good family home, probably for around $300,000 starting off. And then yes, you can climb into the millions, the multi-millions, but you don't have to go there. You can find good quality for a lower price, really any price range, and still get all the great benefits of being in the Northeast. Second neighborhood, Rio Rancho. Now Rio Rancho is going to be the best bang for your buck. You still have great public schools in Rio Rancho. You have Sioux Cleveland High School. You also have Rio Rancho High School. Both pretty good, both rated pretty well. Also, the nice thing about Rio Rancho, you have newer homes, newer communities. So you'll have access to parks, you'll have access to playgrounds. More younger families, I would say, in Rio Rancho than there is probably in the Northeast Heights and other areas of Albuquerque. It's newer homes and you get probably more home for your buck. Price per square foot in Rio Rancho in most cases is a little bit lower than it is, say, in Albuquerque. Now, the one trade-off you will have being in Rio Rancho is that you are in the suburb of Albuquerque. You can feel like you're far away, you're a little bit isolated. You're far away from all the amenities Albuquerque has, and especially if you're commuting for work, you plan on long commutes. You don't necessarily have to commute or you're working in Rio Rancho. There's also great job opportunities in Rio Rancho. If that's you, Rio Rancho could be a great option. The third neighborhood I recommend looking into is Westside Albuquerque, more specifically Northwest Albuquerque. It's kind of the best of both worlds between Northeast Albuquerque and Rio Rancho, where you have newer neighborhoods, a little lower price per square foot than you would in the Northeast Heights, but you're not quite as far away as you would be in Rio Rancho. So commutes are a little shorter. You're not driving quite as far. You still feel like you're in the city and you can get to all the great amenities that Albuquerque has. Getting to work isn't quite as much of a pain. Still traffic, but not as bad. And there are lots of kid-friendly, family-friendly subdivisions and neighborhoods in this area. You can also find, not as much as Rio Rancho, but you can find some new developments and even some new construction. Now at the west side, you do have to be careful, and this is why you want an expert Albuquerque Realtor on your side. The neighborhoods here can drastically change in very little distances. You could be in one school district and then really quickly be in a different one, even though it looks like you're roughly in the same place. Not all neighborhoods on the west side are created the same. Like I said, I would look look more northwest. If you're looking on the west side of Albuquerque, west side is great, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Great area. Now, neighborhoods 4 and 5, I'm gonna kind of lump them together because they're pretty similar. We're going Corrales and Los Ranchos. Now, to be upfront, these are going to be higher cost neighborhoods. So this might be for more established families, maybe not really. If you're a first-time home buyer, I probably wouldn't recommend this. This is also a great neighborhood too if you're a family that's looking for multi-generational living. So if you're a parent and your parents need to live with you and you still have your kids, this is a great neighborhood because we have what we call casitas. Also, additional dwelling units, sometimes referred to as mother-in-law quarters. These are more common here. So if you're looking for a home where you can have your home and your parents' home right next to you, be on the same property but have separate homes, this is a great area to look. These are also great neighborhoods if you're looking for a little more of a rustic lifestyle, the ability to have agriculture or some horses, other livestock. Corrales in the North Valley, Los Ranchos are great areas for this opportunity. Here you also have bigger lots and they're more private. And if you really want like a small town feel without being more than 20 minutes away from Albuquerque, Corrales definitely gives you that vibe. It feels like an old farm agriculture town. It's small, the community's very tight knit, a lot of friendly people, lots of horse riding, lots of people grow crops there. I also have other types of livestock. You know, there's even a couple llamas there, some cows, some donkeys, mules, you know. So if you're kind of looking for that rustic, rural lifestyle, Corrales and Los Ranchos both offer these opportunities. That's sort of the lifestyle you're looking for, or you're looking for multi-generational living, I would look in those areas. So to summarize, which neighborhood might be right for you? I would say if you're looking for the neighborhood with the most convenience and the most established neighborhoods, I would look in the Northeast Heights, Northeast Albuquerque. If you're looking for best overall value, bang for your buck, I would look Rio Rancho. If that's too far out of the way, Northwest Albuquerque, West Side. And if you're looking for something more unique, more rural, and with the possibility of having an additional dwelling unit or casita, Corrales, North Valley, Los Ranchos, those are the neighborhoods I would look for if that's your goal. So if you're moving to Albuquerque or you're thinking of buying a home in Albuquerque and you have a family you have to consider and you want to know where exactly the best place for you would be for you and your family and what neighborhood suits your needs the best, reach out to the number 505-401-9001. I can get you a full neighborhood breakdown so you know exactly what you're looking for, what to expect in each neighborhood, and ultimately find the right house that fits all of your needs. Albuquerque can be very neighborhood specific, so make sure you have an Albuquerque expert on your side when you're buying a home for you and your family.